Bob Mason from FX Empire, and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Ripple's XRP. We'll be looking at the MACDs, the moving averages, and the day's support, resistance, and pivot levels. It is Wednesday, the 7th of July. Looking at Bitcoin against the US dollar and the hourly candlesticks, bearish start to the day. Getting to see Bitcoin move back through the pivot at 34,335 to take a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 35,112. We can see plenty of support from the broader market for Bitcoin to break out from 34,500 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 35,196 to cap any upside. In the event of a broad-based crypto rally, Bitcoin could target 37,000 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 35,976. Failure to move back through the pivot would bring the first major support level at 33,475 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should stay clear of sub 32,000 levels. Second major support level at 32,694 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, we had a bullish cross at the turn of the day, coming off the back of yesterday's late recovery. So look out for a possible bearish cross through the morning. On the EMAs, it's a bearish indicator with the 50 continuing to pull back from the 100 and the 200. So key through the early part of the day would be for Bitcoin to move back through the pivot at 34,335 and back through to 34,500 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, and support levels will be in play. Moving across to Ethereum against US dollar, also a bearish start. Going to need to Ethereum avoid the pivot at 2289 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 2383. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Ethereum to break back through this morning's high, 2346.29. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 2400 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, could see Ethereum target 2500 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level is at 2444. A fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 2228 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should stay well clear of sub 2100 levels. Second major support level 2134 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACD, slight widening of the bearish histograms at the turn of the day. Failure to form a bullish cross there late yesterday, so keep an eye on that through the early part of the day. On the EMAs, the 50 continues to hold its ground on the 100 and the 200, however, suggesting further upside ahead. So key would be to avoid the pivot at 2289, break back through this morning's high, 2346.29, to bring resistance levels into play. Moving across to Litecoin against the US dollar, also bearish start. Going to need to see Litecoin move back through the pivot at 139 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 143. Going to need to see plenty of support for Litecoin to break back through to 140s. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 142.73 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, Litecoin could target 150 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 146. Failure to move back through the pivot would bring the first major support level 136 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should continue to avoid sub 130s. Second major support level 132 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACD, slight widening of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day, but need to keep an eye on that. We could see a possible bullish cross reverse into a bearish cross through the morning. On the EMAs, that's a bearish indicator after the 50 pulling through the 100 late yesterday and closing in on the 200 this morning. So key through the early part of the day would be for Litecoin to break back through the pivot at 139 and move back through to 140s to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, and support levels will be in play. And you're looking at Ripple's XRP against US dollar, also bearish. You're going to need to see Ripple's XRP move back through the pivot at 6657 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 6793. We'll need to see plenty of support from the broader market for Ripple's XRP to break out from 0.675 levels, however. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 0.67966 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, could see Ripple's XRP target 0.7 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 0.6933. Failure to move back through the pivot would bring the first major support level at 0.6517 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, however, Ripple's XRP should avoid the second major support level at 0.6380. Looking at the MACDs, we had a failed bullish cross at the turn of the day, supporting this early morning pullback. More significantly, however, the 50 continues to pull back from the 100 and the 200, and we're seeing a possible bearish cross of the 100 through the 200 that would provide further downside ahead. The key would be to move back through the pivot at 6657 and back through to 657 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, and support levels will be in play.